The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
And an alley to run. And all the way down to the 29.
Let's go, baby.
A huge play there right off the bat. 46 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Come on, let's go. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check four. Easy. Hey, 43, 15.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes looking downfield for Kelsey. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movement at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He wants it all for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Set, ready? 90 Wolf. Blue draw quarter. Check. Shoot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Small. 128. Single.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. To throw. Tate, he finds Taylor, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down? We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. And he rifles one incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. Now back to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. It's caught by Aguilar. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 15. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. And they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's set a tone. Go.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
Here we go. 10-2 suck. Quit talking about it and bring it. Get it.
And surprisingly, they take a knee. I have no idea why they would take a knee, but they take a knee. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
On the double. Mike, 44.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. .31 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get...
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Here we go. Here we go. 18 Gator.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Shoot.
And they will take a knee here. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Got it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, yeah, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On the ready.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The Raiders on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Set 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Kill, kill, kill.
Lee Griffin.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
We got 4. We got 4. 80's getting the ball here. 80's getting the ball.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now these guys are shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dayon Buchanan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Aguilar has it. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
They'll set up a throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Chiefs' 18-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got it to Williams. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up.
And down to a knee. Well, that's one option.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Switch up, switch up.
Now.
And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Double tight. Five down. Stand up in.
Get it.
And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. Boy, that went straight out of bounds, and that will set the return team up in the red zone already.
Ready.
March 50. In your face. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here we go. 60 yards.
I'm coming.
Ready.
He'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vic Beasley came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he he's going to go down again. Dayon Buchanan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. From 19 yards away. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
Everyone felt like this game was over, but to be able to stay in it, put together a drive, score a touchdown, that's got to be a positive for them.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
Hill on the keeper. 3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do we...
He's got him in, complete. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And now here is another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Ready? 8-3.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Watch 80. Watch
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Check.
And they will take a knee here. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
3 down.